The numbers, Raymond. What do they mean?
I don't remember.
Okay, hello and welcome to Chimera Podcast Episode 4. My name is Tyler.
And I am Hayden with our guest. Introduce yourself.
I'm Raymond.
This is the same Raymond we've talked about in previous episodes. Used to work with us, and we've brought him in for a very special Chimera podcast.
So Ray, tell us what you do. What's your life looking like right now?
Pretty good. I'm engaged currently.
Heck yeah.
Our boy got engaged. Our little Raymond all grown up.
That's right. I'm pretty excited about it.
Nice.
We were mentioning before this that Ray has a very full, thick, and luscious beard. Asking him what he does for it. It's actually quite beautiful, Ray.
Yeah.
It's red with a hint of brown.
You just want to reach out and touch it.
Yeah.
Just want to fondle his beard.
Oh, thank you so much.
So, what should we talk about?
Well, since we did a Call of Duty intro, why don't we talk about the new Call of Duty coming out? Can it revive the dead franchise?
So rumor has it that the next Call of Duty will be boots on the ground, which means no stupid double jump, no frickin' jetpacks or whatever. You will be walking on your own 2 feet, jumping at a normal height. I'm assuming it's going to take place sometime in either the past or current times. You know, it should be pretty good. Can it revive the dead franchise? I'm going to say no. I think that the traditional Call of Duty shooter is dead. And there's already, since they went boots off the ground, the better alternatives have come out. Battlefield is awesome, Rainbow Six Siege, all sorts of games that are better than Call of Duty.
I am a purist if it does not hold up to the standards that Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2 set. I never liked the heartbeat sensor. I was never a fan of that. Make sure that doesn't come back. But
oh, you're just mad because you're a noob.
Nah, dude, I'm not a noob. It was just I sucked. Actually, I used the heartbeat sensor a lot when I got good. But before I was good, it freaking fried me every time. I always sniped. I always was a sniper. But I would just I forget what it was. It was the one map where you're in the forest with the lodge. I would just sit near where that bathroom is. I would creep up to the window, and when the guys came around where that fence was, I would just whack them. I got like a 14 kill streak in that window, and then a guy came up behind me, whip out the dual USPs, and just blast them.
Ray, I know you were a big fan of Black Ops 3, right?
I was until I got back banned without cheating.
So do you prefer, the boost system, or do you want it to go back to, just no double jumps or anything like that? Like, what's your opinion?
It's a Black Ops 3 was a very fast-paced game. So, I like the normal old version where it's simple, it's slower paced, and you can actually think before what you want to do. Other than that, depending on what kind of style you like to play. I'm not very fast-paced game. I'm not a really fast-paced player. I like CSGO, slow-paced, you gotta think, you use strats, teamwork.
Okay, so you're looking forward to going back to boots on the ground.
Yes.
It's good. We're in agreement.
I am also a slower-paced gamer, but it is not due to strategy. It is mainly due to skill level. If people ask me when I used to play on consoles, people would hand me a controller, I would be like, "What are you guys doing?" They would have the sensitivity at 7, 8, maybe even 10. I would always put the sensitivity either 3 or 2. So
I'm a 4 when I'm playing on consoles. I'm a 4 sensitivity guy myself. I feel like 4 and 5 are like the perfect number of sensitivity.
Well, my thing is, I couldn't aim. I would get too stressed out during an actual firefight, and I would just start shooting. Like, I would aim at you, but then for some reason I would be turned 90 degrees to the right, and then I would have to turn back to you, and I would pass you.
I know some people do the quick scoping thing, and they always have their sensitivity up to 10, so they can turn 180 degrees, which is like a swift little hit of the thumbstick. That's nuts. I can't imagine moving around with 10 sensitivity.
What's your thoughts on quick scoping? Do you
quick
think?
scoping.
Do you think that should be like? I know that
I think it's a talent.
It is a talent. It's not easy to be good at quick scoping.
In Modern Warfare 3, another reason why I liked Modern Warfare 3. I was one of the few, the proud. But I didn't like how they tried to eliminate quick scoping from it. They made you a lot slower to the scope.
I was never good at quick scoping until Modern Warfare Remastered came out, and at that time I was still living with my friend Gingy, and he played Modern Warfare Remastered like religiously, and I watched him quick scope, and off of watching him in his hands like almost at the same time, I got pretty good at quick scoping. So like I'm now okay at it, and I see how it's definitely a skill set. Like it's not you are not born a good quick scoper. You develop to be a good quick scoper.
I got a no scope 360 jumping off the top of the tower at Rust.
Ooh.
Wow. Nice. I actually remember my friend doing that, and without cheating, legit, and it would blow me away. He would do sometimes more than 360, and it blew me away. No scope, like
On Modern Warfare 2, I was the king of no scoping. You want to know why? Because I was that one guy who used the Barrett 50 cal. It was a semi-automatic sniper rifle, and you could just
nobody used. Nobody used that.
Yeah, nobody used it because it was like the pansy way to do it. So I would just like spray it all over the place.
That's what I got. That's what I got my no scope with. I literally just sprayed while spinning. I didn't know what I was shooting at. But what was the other one that was like the bolt action, which was really nice? Oh, the W2000 was what I used when I got good at sniping, because it was weaker than the Barrett. It was semi, but it so you could pop off shots quick. But all you had to do was make sure a group of multiple people were coming, aim at the heads, and you could kill them real quick. What I didn't like about the bolt action was, I forget what perk it was, but the one that made you faster. Sleight of hand. If you didn't have sleight of hand on, it was like bang, bang, instead of bop bop, like right, you know.
What? Since we're on the subject of like gaming feats, what is the luckiest thing that's ever happened to you guys in a video game? Like, what is like the craziest like random shot you've ever had?
This is actually not. Actually, I'll let Ray start.
Well, mine was just a few days ago.
Do tell.
Okay, so I'm playing CS:GO on Dust 2, and there's a guy CT spawn, and I'm near B doors. So he's shooting at me. I am a very low health, and I'm sniping with the op. So I line up, I quickly move over, and I shoot straight through the boxes right there at B doors, and just hit him right in the head.
Oh, you dink him. The one thing I always love about CS:GO is the noise it makes when you get a headshot.
Yes.
Like you hear it, it's so satisfying. You dink. All right, what about you, Hayden?
Not a shooter.
Oh.
Have you guys ever heard of a game called Little Big Planet?
Yes, of course.
Little Big Planet, I think, yeah, number 2, where you get, you know the guys.
You had a poster downstairs of it.
Yeah. I did. I had a poster in the office.
Yeah.
And so pretty much what Little Big Planet is, you're a sack person, which is like a little hand sewn together dude with little button eyes, and then you can customize them, and you can actually like, it had the first, it's like it's a line runner, but like it's very intricate, and you can actually build machines, and they have one of the most intuitive like map building systems ever. I still love it. But what happened was, it was the last mission, and you could have like a partner help you in all the games, and it was me and my friend, and you have these grappling hook hands, okay? And pretty much these little like electric balls were flying past you, and if you touched them, you died. And I had one death left. Meaning if I died, I was out, and it was just my friend. And what happened was, I was going to get hit by this electric ball, and I grappling hooked onto my friend while I was falling, swung, the ball just missed me, I flew onto the back of the guy and killed the boss. And then you went to the second phase, and not only did I kill the boss, I didn't get any more health. I went to the second phase, I picked up my friend with the grappling hook hand, had him get hit by one of the electric balls. He dies, and then he respawns. I do the same thing again, and then I kill the boss. I take all the glory. Everyone thought I was amazing.
Shields.
I shared the clip I shared the clip on pretty much you can watch other people's clips on the
PlayStation
little
Network?
yeah, and so much positive feedback. I honestly was like, if this was a pro game, I could probably go pro in it. All I have to do is sacrifice my friends.
Hayden is MLG, Little Big Planet. All right, so you guys want to hear mine?
Yeah.
This was years ago. This was when Halo Reach was still the like main Halo.
I like that one.
Okay, so I'm on just one of the random like community made maps, but it's in one of the actual playlists. I've got a sniper rifle, right? I'm up in the air in a jetpack, and my jetpack starts to fail, and I just randomly like do like a 180 and shoot off around the sniper rifle. Suddenly, I got a 4K. I killed 4 people with this one shot. You want to know how I did it? I just so happened to hit a grenade that was sitting on the ground, like a grenade that you can pick up. If you shoot those, they explode. I just so happened to hit a grenade that was sitting on the ground right near a group of 4 people. And just completely at random. I started losing my mind. I think the clip, like if you go on my Halo Reach profile on the Xbox 360, I think I still have like the theater clip saved there. It was just
That's
the most,
absolutely
that's
beautiful.
yeah, that was nuts. I almost started crying. I was so like impressed with how much luck I had there.
That's amazing.
And then the mic went wild. Everyone in the game was like, "Oh!" And I was like, "Oh!"
That's awesome. Speaking about gaming and all that, Rainbow Six Siege, we're starting a team.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
It's gonna be terrible until we learn how to play the game.
Now we actually have a really good Rainbow Six Siege player who's gonna be our team captain.
Yep.
I'm garbage at video games. I don't know if anyone's picked this up.
I think we've mentioned it in like every
Yeah.
podcast so far. Hayden's bad at video games.
I'm on the team. Tyler's good.
I wouldn't say I'm good. Like I'm average at video games, but if I put enough time into them, I get good.
Yeah. He was
Yeah,
really
I'm-
good at CS:GO for a
I
while
was
there.
good at CS:GO for a while.
And so I have faith that he can do well. What we're hoping is we can actually do well enough that people want to play for the team, and we can keep all of the players except for me and just ditch me and probably ditch this 5th guy who's going to join.
Yeah.
Is he going to be trash?
No, it's the 4th kid. We've got a 4th. We don't have a 5th guy yet. We're still building the team. If you live in the southern Pennsylvania area, let us know. And if you're good at Rainbow Six, if you're garbage, don't bother.
Yeah,
We've got enough of those.
We're trying to make a pro team. So Ray,
Well, Rainbow Six Siege is now $20.50
Yep.
on
G2A.
G2A.
Mhm.
So it looks like I'm gonna be getting this game and
All right.
practicing.
You want to be on the team? We need a 5th player.
Well, I mean, I'll see how it is. Like, if I
Okay.
absolutely hate the game,
It's really good. Like, do you like CS:GO, right?
I love CS:GO.
It's slow paced and tactical like CS:GO, but like you get like gadgets and weapons and different characters, like and you can destroy things like you're in Battlefield.
That's awesome.
It's really good. Yeah, it's 5v5 and everything. Like you'd like it. It's a good. I
That'd
think
be
you'll
awesome.
like it.
I'm going to spend so much money tonight. You guys don't understand. If that's on sale on G2A, and not only that, but Battlefield 1's on sale.
On Origin.
I still don't have Battlefield 1.
Get it? Text me. We'll play.
Yeah, my brother has it. I've been playing off of his account. I've also been playing For Honor off of his account because I'm cheap.
Yeah, same.
So I'm gonna buy For Honor. I'm gonna buy Battlefield 1. And I'm going to buy Rainbow Six Siege.
I'll eventually have to buy Overwatch again to play with a certain streamer that we might be sponsoring soon.
Oh, yeah. We're also going to be, we're possibly going to be sponsoring a Twitch streamer. We're really excited about that. We're trying to get our reach in the actual community out a little more.
For graphic design and the gaming communities.
We, as most people know, we do talk about gaming a lot, but our machines we mainly sell our current consumers of our machines are actually architects. We've sold to a lot of different businesses in the area that we're at, and artists. But we also, our computers are super capable of gaming, and we're really excited to actually sponsor Twitch creative streamer who not only does graphic design but also plays a lot of Overwatch.
Yes. And we're not mentioning names at the moment, But when it becomes official, you guys will be the first to know. Except, well, you probably will be the first to know, but we'll let you guys know as soon as possible. She might be joining us for a podcast sometime.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing group streams with them. It's going to be a good time. I'm sure everyone involved will have a good time.
Yeah, and what's super cool about this is that, well, we're actually, it's a real sponsorship. And we only do real sponsorships. We were actually just talking about it. We've sponsored many different types of things, but one of them is a softball team. We paid all their fees so that they could play, and I went to one game at the start of the season, and they won. And then they come back a couple months later with the trophy, the league title,
which is massive, by the way.
It's like 3 feet high.
It is massive. If you know mini baseball bats, it is a giant block of wood that is like expertly crafted with an eagle holding a round disc that says softball on it with a star in a softball,
and then
with
a cup on top.
With a cup on top. But these 3 mini baseball bats are holding up this next platform with a golden cup on top. And on top of that is a plaque that reads 2016 Men's Softball League Champions Blank Township Recreational Department Chimera Computers. And then it has 2 softball players on top. This thing is massive. It's over 3 feet tall.
It's our pride and joy at the moment.
Yeah, we actually, I went home. I hand built a shelf to hang this on.
Yeah, just so we could have it in the office to look at.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It is. I mean, you can tell someone actually put time into making that trophy.
Speaking of beautiful things, a certain something was announced yesterday that makes very beautiful graphics.
That will also have me dropping even more money.
The GTX NVIDIA 1080 Ti was announced yesterday. My graphics card is officially obsolete in my eyes. MSRP is $699, has 11 gigabytes of GDDR5X, and is supposed to be 30% more powerful than the current 1080. So I'm gonna need 4 of them. So if anybody wants to donate me about $3,000, I'll just email me and I'll send you my PayPal, and we can and I'll give you like the biggest hug you've ever had.
Tyler's very good at giving hugs.
Yes, I'm the hug king.
Yeah, I mean, the new 1080 Ti is stronger than the current Titan X, and I don't think I mentioned this, but my Fire Pro W7100s died after 3 years of solid performance.
So sad.
The one still kind of works, but it's not. I can't one WD700.
I still can't let go of the idea that it was probably your fault.
No, it definitely was my fault. It was I overclocked where no man should overclock. I put this thing through a session of video editing, 4K video editing, lasting literally 14 hours. 14 hours of 4K video editing. I was using After Effects and Premiere on not only my ultra wide, but another 4K monitor. I was running 2 different softwares at the same time, constantly rendering and reworking. Wow, I had a game up, 7 Days to Die, and they were both. One was running at one point 101 degrees Celsius.
Yikes.
The other one was running at 80 degrees Celsius. But they had been running hot even when I was just playing Fallout, even though it was heavily modded. It was running at about 90 degrees Celsius in slot 1, and in slot 2 it was running about 67. But I fried it. That day I fried it, and I put in a Titan X that we had sitting around the office.
I'm so hyped for these 1080 Ti's. Oh my god, I can't even get over it. Ryzen came out. Probably not going to get any of those just because, I don't know, I like Intel. But
no, did you? If you look online, they're actually better processing than the new Intels.
You see, it depends on which benchmark you look at. It seems like it's like hit or miss on whether or not they're better. Sometimes the Ryzen does better, and sometimes the Intel does better. It depends on like what game they're running, what benchmark they're doing. They did I think it's called CPU mark on the Ryzen 1800X versus the i7 6900K.
Yep.
They did the CPU mark, and the i7 came out on top with single core processing.
Yeah.
And then the Ryzen came out on top with multi-core processing.
Exactly.
But that's like back when the FX series, the FX like 6000s, 8000s came out. That was their advantage over the Intels as well. I mean, AMD has almost always had that better multi-core processing power. So it's not like anything's changed there. I mean, it was to be expected.
Well, yeah, Intel's always been better at crunching numbers. But I think this is AMD's new product to change the market.
Yeah, everyone said it's going to shake up the market. They just started rolling out to consumers today. So
Nice.
now we'll start to get to see reviews from actual people that weren't paid or bribed or biased to do the reviews.
And I can't wait till they do, because I think Intel's a little overpriced in some of their processors.
Oh, I mean, definitely.
And I think AMD needs to like show them.
Yeah. No matter what happens with the Ryzen line, one thing is for certain: it is definitely going to be worth the money. Like the price comparison versus the power comparison. I mean, the Ryzen stack up pretty well for as cheap as they are.
Very much well.
For an 8-core Ryzen processor, their lower model, it's the same price as as one of the new KB Lake i3s.
Yeah. I think they said the FX 1800X, or not the FX, the Ryzen 1800X is supposed to be comparable to the 6900K. Now, the reason why they didn't compare it to the 7000 series is because when they first started doing this, the 7000 series wasn't out yet.
Okay.
So it's supposed to be comparable to the 6900K. The 6900K is a $1,000 processor.
It is.
Whereas the 1800X is only a $500 processor. So I mean, for the little bit of performance it might not have over Intel, you're paying a lot less money.
AMD definitely beat them on the price.
And one thing I want to add here is AMD has always been the king of budget builds. If you want to build a kick-ass machine for like a pretty cost-effective amount of money, you were going to go with AMD, and that was my first build. My first ever build was I went with AMD, and I loved it. And then I moved on to Intel, but I still was using the W7100s. Reason being, I really want workstation graphics cards, and the graphics cards, for what they did, 2 of them cost me the same amount as at the time they were on sale as it would be to get a 970, and I was just like, man, let's freaking do it. Now I'm using that Titan X again, and I want to upgrade to the 1080 Ti, but I honestly think that if you're doing a budget build, going with AMD is never a bad option.
Yeah, no, I mean, I would sooner grab like an FX 8-core than like an i5.
Yeah, definitely.
I just would. It's just the way it works.
Yeah, and what's crazy is the FX is what, over 8 years old now?
Not 8 years.
Not 8?
I think it's like 3 or 4 maybe. Do you know, Ray?
I don't think it's 3 or 4.
I think so.
Yeah,
3 or
they're
4?
not that old. They're not like massively old.
Which one am I thinking
I think the last line of FX processors came out at the same time Haswell did.
Oh, okay.
Probably.
Yeah, like the 4000 series of i7. So
All
it's
right.
been it's
Well, it's
still
like 4 years.
years in processor time is like an eternity.
Well,
in
when
dog years.
Intel's dropping one like every year,
Yeah.
a new version every year, and also or every other year, I mean, it's still like they're ancient. They're literally ancient. I mean, for 4 years in processor years, I mean, you think about the strides that Intel has been making, and AMD's kind of been sitting dormant at that FX processor, but the FX processors have still continuously, I mean, they have the overclocking record. They had to break like 100 of them to do it, but they still have the overclocking record.
Yep.
And the FX processors are cheap as dirt now.
Yeah, I think the reason why they sat dormant on those FX processors, they were still making processors, but they were the crappy APUs that had built-in graphics and just didn't have a lot of computational power. But like, if you didn't have money for a processor and a graphics card, might have been a good idea. I don't know. Whatever.
I would say good office computer.
Yeah, but yeah, APUs make a really good office computer. Ooh, I was telling you about how I want to make a show rig.
Yeah.
I had this really good idea for a custom water mod case. Obviously not like brand name water mod I'd be making myself. That's the easiest word to use to describe what I want to make. Full open loop liquid cooled. I want it to be use actual marble for the back plates and for the motherboard covers and for the paneling on the case. I want to custom make it all by hand, and I've got plans for it. It's gonna be beautiful. If it ever actually comes to fruition, I'll definitely post it on the Chimera blog. But I really want to do it. I've started looking at competitive water cooled rigs, and some of them are just beautiful and powerful, and it looks so cool. It looks like something that's really cool to do.
That sounds gorgeous.
Yes, it does. Oh, I have to show you a picture later of one I found on Reddit that has all custom wood panels, like stained wood panels all over it. It's beautiful. I'll show it to you then.
Well, for those of you who don't know, we're actually located above a custom metal shop. We could honestly just have them make the
other case.
Yeah.
Well, for the metal part of the case.
Well, I was thinking about the actual cooling blocks.
I'm talking about the marble. The marble is the stuff I'd like plane by hand.
What if instead of going with stainless steel or aluminum for the plate? Obviously, most people go with aluminum. Sorry. What if we went with copper on it?
Ooh, that'd be pretty cool looking.
Yeah, copper, and then what we did was we made the copper plate with the heat sink, and then we put glass over top of the copper, and the liquid was held in the glass. Mm-hmm. Just vented copper.
That'd be pretty cool. That'd be definitely pretty cool.
With the marble, like if you gave it, I know I'm not trying to change your idea, but it's just bouncing some things around. If you gave it like a really nice granite look with the copper and maybe with some contrasts, that would look so sick. That would be like almost like an industrial, almost like a really like I don't know. It would be a simplistic steampunk.
What if I did something like, because I really want to keep the marble in it and not granite. What if I what if I went with like an unrefined like white marble, like instead of the surface of it being like nice smooth and glossy, keep it with like a rocky texture with it. Ooh. And then so we've got like a rocky white texture, and then it contrasts with like the smooth shiny copper. Oh, that would look really good.
That would look nice. This is just an idea I've always had. I actually made a soda dispenser themed off of this. A little flashback into Hayden Ali, or I don't know if should I say my last name?
It's
Whatever.
Too late. You already did. Your last name's on the website.
Oh, okay. Flashback to Hayden Ali's childhood. My cousins loved Warhammer 40K. They got me into playing Warhammer 40K, so much so that some of my earliest memories were going to Baltimore and going to the 40K convention, the White Dwarf convention, and loving it. So what I started to do was, my cousins were great at painting, and they always entered painting competitions, and my cousin Patrick actually won one. And I always had this dream of building like the craziest scenarios, like different fields you could play on and put the pieces. I had this idea. What if we made a just like a computer just for show that was looked like a mountain with a battle going on top of it, and we just ran like Space Hulk or another 40K game on the monitor, but it looked like a legitimate battlefield, and then the power button could be like a power button could be like disguised as maybe I don't know, the tip of the mountain or a big vault entrance or something.
What if we made the top of the computer an operable Warhammer tabletop?
That would be sick.
Yeah, so you could actually like play Warhammer on top of the computer. That would be cool, right?
Yeah. That'd be almost like one of those table desks, except actually made with terrain.
Yeah.
And then we had like a thing coming off the back where you could like that in the corner. Yeah. We have this thing in the corner, since you guys can't see, that holds 3 monitors. What if we had like one of those coming out that had monitors that went up? but like didn't. But it was shallow enough that it didn't interfere with the actual movement of the pieces.
That'd be cool.
That would be absolutely insane.
All right, we're at about 30 minutes. That makes exactly 30 minutes. That makes this the longest Chimera podcast record. So I think it's about time to wrap it up.
Yeah.
As always, be sure to check out our social media, like and share us on Twitter and Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to be updated whenever we post a new podcast or other kind of miscellaneous video. Check out our blog for like weekly, bi-weekly, whenever we post updates on what we're doing, current things in technology, and all sorts of other stuff. Check out our products on our website. I mean, we sell computers in case you're interested in that kind of thing. And yeah.
And do not forget, the cake is a lie.
Have a nice day, nighttime,
Morning, or whatever time it is there for you.
See ya.
Bye.
The cake is a lie.